morning, Bulldog fans. Mike Gore with you here, and welcome to another edition of UNC Asheville Bulldog Update. Joined by head men's basketball coach Nick McDevitt. Coach, Bulldogs get 2 wins this week, are tied for first place in the South Division at 6-3. And Coach, what we'll talk about a little bit today is our defense. Not as consistent as we wanted at Longwood, but made some big plays late in the game against the Lancers, and then against Campbell, a season-high 12 steals, and a key for the Bulldogs' victory. Defense is what helps you win championships, isn't it, Coach?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, we didn't play well from beginning to end, but we did find a way to make some plays towards the end of that game on both ends of the floor. Andrew had a nice night on the offensive end, but we got some key defensive stops late in that game in a tight ball game that you have to make in order to win those road games. Bulldogs
win 67-66 against Longwood, and let's look at those highlights. Sellout crowd up in Farmville. Bulldogs' first appearance there in close to 30 years. Great atmosphere there, Coach.
It was. You know, they had a lot of folks on campus. They had some former players back. They had their kids club was there as well. So big crowd on hand, good atmosphere, and close ball game.
Andrew Rousey, as you talked about, had a nice game with 32 points. Became the first Bulldog in the Division I era to have back-to-back 30-point games. He had 35 against VMI early in the week.
Big-time finish right there by DJ Cunningham. That offensive rebound was key. Nice kick out again by DJ. That's something he's really improved upon, is kicking out of double teams, passing the ball back out of there, and playing very unselfish.
Andrew knocked down another three-pointer there, knocked down 8 from the game, tying a single-season school record. Here we go. Here we are in the second half, and Bulldogs built a 6-point lead early in the half, Coach, and we see a nice move by DJ, but then Tristan Carey got going for Longwood, didn't he?
He's a scorer. He's a 6'5" athlete. He's got a quick release, and when he gets it going, he's tough to handle. It's tough to stop, but we kind of kept trading baskets. As you see, Andrew, you know, was kind of shot for shot with Tristan Carey. One ended up with 33, the other with 32.
Bulldogs were down 8 with 8 minutes to go, but Rousey helped lead the Bulldogs back along with Jerron Light and some key defensive plays like that, Coach.
Yeah, that was the key down the stretch for us, is starting to get some stops, getting deflections on balls, and not having to play against set defense the entire night. So we got to where we were a little disruptive on the defensive end, and leads to some easier baskets like that one there by Andrew.
And here, the bank is open in Farmville as Andrew knocks down to 3 to give the Bulldogs 63-61. Now the Bulldogs trail by 1. Sam Hughes at the foul line knocks down the first one, Coach.
2 big free throws. When you're down 1 late in the game, to step up there and have the confidence and step up there and make 2 to give us a 1-point lead was big. And Longwood here chose not to call timeout, to hold the ball for the last possession, last shot. And David Robertson, as you see there, did a tremendous job. Corey Littlejohn, you know, contesting that 3 right there by Tristan Carey. And interestingly enough, that was a spot right there on the floor where Carey had already made about 4 or 5 threes in that game. So Corey did the job there at the last few seconds.
The Bulldogs escape with their 3rd big South Conference road win of the season. Bulldogs have won 3 road games by a total of 9 points, Coach, but some good poise down the stretch, winning those close road games.
In close road games, you have to get stops down the stretch. They're all going to be close. Conference games are tough to win. We've talked about it before, but everybody knows everybody. They know what you're going to run. They know your players. They know the atmosphere. There's not going to be a lot of surprises. So it's about energy and execution and effort on the defensive end. And late in that game, we were able to get some big stops.
All right, Coach, let's turn the page to Campbell. Wednesday night, come back to Kimmel Arena. Bulldogs take on a good Campbell ball club that was tied for first in the North Division, team that's playing some good basketball. And, Coach, this is a good win. A bit of a slow start for the Bulldogs. They trailed most of the first half before taking the lead in the final seconds of the half, and then a great job in the second half.
Well, Campbell, as you mentioned, they're a very good ball club. They've got a lot of interchangeable parts, a lot of 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" athletes, so they can be very disruptive on the defensive end. Because they have so many interchangeable parts, they're able to switch a lot of screens, not just ball screens, but they switch down screens, back screens, They're able to play a lot of different defenses because of their length and athleticism. They pressed us a little. They threw a 1-3-1 gap at us. They play 2-3 zone, so they try to disrupt you on the defensive end. And when you've got good athletes like that, that's a good way to play. All
right, Coach, let's look at the happy highlights as the Bulldogs won this one 86-73. Action from the first half at Kim Arena. And the Bulldogs, I guess they got the little slow start, but of course Andrew Rousey was 2 for 3 from the three-point line, and there's one of his threes early in the game.
I thought you said we had a little bit of a slow start, and I think a lot of that was due to just a little bit of a lull on the defensive end. When we really started picking up our energy and our effort on that end of the floor, it just created more tempo for us on both ends of the floor, not just on defense, but our offensive tempo picked up because of what we were doing on the defensive end.
So a three from Andrew. Andrew with a very quiet 24 points. You can have a quiet 24. There's Corey knocking down a three. He had a nice game, 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 steals.
Corey had a very good ball game. You know, obviously Andrew can really score the basketball. Had another night above 20, having 24 last night. The kid can really shoot it, can put it in the basket. But I thought Corey did a great job of kind of dictating the game on the defensive end for us last night. Really pressured the ball. Was able to kind of take Campbell out of their offense by himself almost. Right. You know, their point guard was having to enter the ball, you know, uncomfortable, away from where they wanted to go, and a big key to our win last night was Corey.
Bulldogs got on an 18-4 run Wednesday night against Campbell to kind of take charge of the game. Bulldogs trailed early in the second half, but really took charge down the stretch, built the lead to 17. Before Campbell made a little run at the end, got to 10, but the Bulldogs with, as I said, a season-high 12 steals, and here's one of those, Jerron Lane going coast to coast.
Plays like that were the reason we were able to get this win. We have found ways throughout the season to score the basketball, but a big key for us is our defensive effort, our defensive energy, and rebounding the basketball, and we did that last night, and we're able to get a big win.
All right, Coach, this afternoon the Bulldogs take on the Liberty Flames, defending Big South Conference champions. Liberty had a rough regular season last year, but boy, got it going in the tournament, won 4 games against 4 very good teams. They had a tough gauntlet to go, and they were very impressive winning that tournament. They haven't quite, they've been a little up and down this year, but as you talked about, this is a huge team, a team that matches up with the Bulldogs with height, maybe even taller, and still a dangerous team that has a lot of key players back from that championship team.
Yeah, they've got some veteran players, and they're big. They're big, and they're strong, and they're good at the basket. They're one of the top offensive rebounding teams in the country. On that end of the floor, they kind of just get it up on the rim and play volleyball with it until it goes in. And so we've really got to do the job on the defensive end of rebounding, checking out, and going and getting the ball. They've got they start a front line at 6'9", 6'9", and 6'9". And when you've got bigs like that, you've really got to check out. So we're going to have guys like Jerron Lane at 6'4" on a 6'9" wing. We'll have Sam Hughes as a 6'4" power forward on their 6'9" power forward. So we can't get into a jumping contest with those guys at Liberty. We'll have to do the job on the defensive end, particularly checking out and limiting them to one shot.
All right, that's UNC Asheville Liberty today at 2 o'clock, Kim Arena. If you can't be at the game, it'll be televised right here on My 40, but we'd love to see it at Kim Arena. Back with more UNC Asheville Bulldog update right after this timeout.
If you sometimes take the long route just to see what you might discover, if you enjoy finding the art in science and the science in art, if you want to design a career and not just find a job, if you won't give up until you figure it out, then we have just the place for you. University of North Carolina, Asheville.
There's a place where past vacation memories are talked about and shared for a lifetime, where new experiences never disappoint, and where the only thing better than visiting is coming back again. Visit Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. 60 miles of picture-perfect beachline will take your breath away, but leave your wallet happy, because you shouldn't have to sacrifice on your family vacation. Visit Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Experience so much more for so much less, and leave with memories to last a lifetime.
Welcome back to UNC Asheville Bulldog Update. Hi, I'm Mike Gore, and I'm along with Russ Gardner, and we're going to talk about the Pink Game on February the 15th. Tell us about it and how it came about.
Well, it's part of the program that we put together this year to try to make each basketball game a little bit more exciting and to bring some new dimension to an experience here at UNC Asheville. And so what we did with this particular game, it's a women's basketball game at 2 o'clock, but we're opening the day at noon, where we're going to have a lot of Asheville's top retailers setting up vendor booths on the concourse level of the arena for 2 hours, and ticket holders can come in. They'll be receiving free products such as tote bags, free cosmetics, coupons for discounts at retailers, and they'll be able to learn a little bit about how to apply their makeup, about how to style their hair possibly a little bit different. We've got, again, some top retailers that can share some secrets for dressing for success. And so that will go on from noon to 2, and then at 2 o'clock our women's basketball team plays Longwood. Right after that game, all the ticket holders will then be able to experience a great wine, beer, and cheese tasting event. And we've got St. Paul Mountain Vineyards supplying some award-winning wines, and we've got Catawba Brewing Company supplying some of their award-winning beers. While that's going on, our basketball court is going to be completely transformed into a runway fashion show, and we have about 25 new spring fashions that are going to be modeled. They'll be from retailers such as Belk, Mass General Store, Chico's, and we're just excited that that this could be a fun event for women. Mothers can bring their daughters, grandmothers can bring their daughters, whatever the case might be, and so it'll be a full day of fun and excitement, and it's going to be very affordable. It's only $25. And the proceeds from the event are going to go to local breast cancer charities as well as athletic scholarships here at UNC Asheville.
And Russ, the day ends with a lease for a Jetta. That's very exciting, isn't it?
It's tremendously exciting. Harmony Motors is one of our co-presenting sponsors, and they've been generous enough to supply us with a brand new Volkswagen Jetta, and we're going to start the bidding at $1, and it's a 1-year lease. And so somebody is going to have an opportunity to be able to bid on getting a lease for a fantastic car at possibly a great price. And again, the proceeds are going to go to charity. That
sounds great, Russ. Now, tell us a little about the fashion show. Who's going to be doing the fashioning?
Well, we actually have female student athletes here from UNC Asheville. We have some breast cancer survivors, and we have some local celebrities. We won't tell you who the local celebrities are just yet, but they'll be well known, and it just is going to be a fun event. We've got music that's going to be playing during the fashion show. We're going to also take 3 of the best outfits in the fashion show, and we're also going to auction those off to some lucky people in the audience.
Now, from 12 to 2, Russ, so I would think people first get here, there's going to be vendors throughout Kimmel Arena, the concourse of Kimmel Arena. What vendors are going to be have booths right now?
Well, I mean, it's a lot of different types of vendors. They could be a retailer such as Mass General Store and Belk, who's one of our co-presenting sponsors. We also have Estee Lauder. We have Carmen, one of the top hairstyling salons in Asheville. We have a chiropractic firm. We have an orthodontics firm. We have Zaxby's. We have Buffalo Wild Wings. They're going to be serving free wings to anybody that comes by their booth. So in that noon to 2 slot, if you get a little hungry, you'll be able to fill your stomach with some great wings from Buffalo Wild Wings.
How can people get tickets?
You can get tickets by just calling our ticket office here at UNC Asheville, and the phone number is 828-258-7900, or you can go and order online at uncabulldogs.com.
Russ, it should be a great event.
It'll be a tremendous event. It just takes a great NCAA basketball game, and it adds a little bit more fun before the game and a lot more fun after the game. And if you've never been to a runway fashion show, or if you just want a lot of great tips on fashion, great tips on beauty tips from some of the best people in Asheville, come to this event, and you'll see it all.
That's the Pink Game on February the 15th. Russ, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you on February 15th.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
All right, back with more UNC Asheville Bulldog Update right after this timeout.
On Saturday, February 15th, Asheville will experience the power of women coming together to make a difference. The UNC Asheville Athletic Department will host the Pink Game, a women's expo and fashion show fundraising event to benefit women in our community who are suffering from breast cancer, and also to help raise funds for female student-athlete scholarships. Come and enjoy a 2-hour shopping spree, receive free gifts and discount coupons from Asheville's leading retailers, sponsored by Belk and Sophie Magazine. Then watch the UNC Asheville women's basketball team take on Longwood University. After the game, enjoy the Wine and Cheese Social with your friends. And then experience a runway fashion show featuring Asheville celebrities. The day will end with an auction of a 1-year lease of a Volkswagen Jetta provided by Harmony Motors, the bidding starting at $1. Admission is $25 for all activities. Tickets available by calling 828-258-7900 or order online at uncabulldogs.com.
Welcome back to UNC Asheville Bulldog Update, joined by the head baseball coach of the Bulldogs, Tom Smith. And Coach, baseball season's here, isn't it?
Baseball season is here. Fall practice is over. Weight training's over. Conditioning's over. You know, we're waiting for the national anthem and that call of play ball.
Coach, this is your 5th season here at UNC Asheville, coaching the Bulldog baseball team as head coach, and I think you feel like this team's got a chance to be pretty good.
This team is more mature. We've got upperclassmen playing, you know, solid infield. We've got more speed in the outfield, so we're really pleased where we're at defensively. We have pitchers that have gained experience, a couple of freshmen that are going to add some depth, and like I said, we're just ready to go.
Senior class is a good one this year, isn't it, Tom?
2014 senior class is not only a good group of baseball players, a good group of people that have, you know, done community service, done it in the classroom, and they're leaders, and we're expecting a lot of success for them.
Robert McIntosh kind of heads up your senior class, a 5th-year senior for you, one of your first recruits. You know, it's hard to believe he's a 5th-year senior coach, but he does a lot for you, doesn't he?
I even hate to think about a time without him, but we look to Robbie to be a middle-of-the-order guy, solid anchor in our infield, capable of postseason honors, postseason opportunities even. He's going to have that kind of year. He's worked really hard.
Any baseball team's key for success is pitching, Coach. I know you really feel good about your pitching.
Feel good about our pitching. You know, Dean Rowland is back. He's been a 2-3 year starter. Corey Randall is back, who was 4-4 last year with a few breaks. He could have been 6-4 or 6-2 easily. A freshman, Joey Zayats, is arrived on campus and made an impact. And Ethan Steibel, a senior, had a really good fall, really good spring. And Elliott Crisp, if we can get him healthy, you're talking about a 92, 93 plus arm that will close some things out for us. We just feel a lot better. You know, last year we were ahead in 17 games that we lost. So the depth in the bullpen or throughout the pitching staff will just going to make us better.
Coach, now a big addition to beautiful Greenwood Field is lights, and the dedication game will be April 9th. What do having lights mean for the Bulldog baseball program?
Well, number one, it just generated a buzz throughout the community. I mean, when we were burning in the test, we found out how many community members actually know we have lights now. We had a few complaints, but they won't burn all night from now on. We had our Meet the Team fundraiser, generated a little more buzz there, and people are saying, well, you know, what time you play? When we tell them, well, 6 o'clock after probably April the 1st, we're getting a lot of, well, I can make those games.
And Coach, like I said, the dedication game will be April 9th against Western Carolina. That should be a lot of fun that night, shouldn't it?
Western always generates some excitement in town. Normally we've done that downtown in the Pro Park, but we're going to do it on our campus since we've got lights. Our facility continues to get improved. We can't wait to host those Catamounts.
All right, and Coach, we open up next week, and we have Delaware State coming into beautiful Greenwood Field on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for a 3-game series: 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 1 o'clock. Friday's the game at 3 o'clock, and we've got a lot of home games this year, Coach. 27. I know that you got to be real happy being at home a lot.
Well, there's something to be said about playing at home, sleeping in your own bed, eating at places where you're used to eating, feeling comfortable. We know the bounces and the corners of Greenwood Field. It's our home, and we're ready to protect our house.
All right, Coach, thanks so much for stopping by. Folks, a reminder, you can buy UNC Asheville Bulldog season tickets at UNCABulldogs.com for just $40, and they'll get you into all UNC Asheville home baseball games this year. We'll play one game down at McCormick Field against Wake Forest back in May, but get your season tickets right now at UNCABulldogs.com or call the ticket office. Back with more UNC Asheville Bulldog Update right after this timeout.
Team, you guys are doing a heck of a job. And don't forget, we got the Big South Championships coming up, and we're all gonna head to Myrtle Beach. Road trip! Come on!
Rock the beat.
Don't miss Myrtle Beach Madness. Make your plans now to attend the Big South Basketball Championships March 4 through 9. Everything you need is at visitmyrtlebeach.com/Big South. See you at the beach.
Welcome back to UNC Asheville Bulldog Update. Hi, I'm Mike Orr, and joined by Bulldog sophomore women's basketball player Paige Love. Paige, great to have you here on Bulldog Update.
It's great to be here, Mike.
All righty. Paige, now you're a sophomore here. What made you choose UNC Asheville? I come out of North Wilkesboro.
You know, I think just sitting here looking at this arena, I mean, how beautiful it is. I love getting the opportunity to play here every day, and just the beautiful atmosphere of Asheville. You know, it's one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Now, I had a good freshman year, but you're having a great sophomore year. But now tell us about when you go from high school to your first year college basketball. What's the big difference? Or is it everything?
It's everything. I mean, the pace of the game. I mean, you think high school and then you have AAU to get you prepared for college, but there's no comparison. I mean, there's faster pace, faster girls. You're playing against everybody that can do everything. The time and investment of a college athlete, I mean, it's unreal. You know, you have early mornings. It's a job, but you truly have to love it.
Now you're recruited by Coach Blows,
yes.
and then Coach Kirkpatrick took over
yes.
and everything like that. And, and I know Coach Kirkpatrick was real high on you from the start and stuff. So, so that transition went pretty well for you, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I was recruited by Coach Blows, but Coach Mock took me in as her own. I mean, nothing, no different towards anyone else. She really took the whole program in like she recruited all of us. And, I think me and her have a really good relationship, and I cherish that.
Paige, you're having a great year this year, but it's the past month that you've really stepped up. Coach has said on this show she asked you to kind of step up, be a little more aggressive and everything, and now you're the Bulldogs' leading scorer and rebounder. What happened? It can't be just simply as just more aggressive. Did you feel more confident on the floor or whatever? Or
I would have to say with both. Coach Mock and I had a meeting. We watched film together, and we were going over stats and stuff, and I looked at her and I said, so what can I do? What do you need me to do more? She told me to keep being aggressive, keep being a leader on the floor, and that just gave me confidence, and I think it's really carried over. This team's
so much better than it was last year, and grown by leaps and bounds and everything, and still have some proving to do. But that win against Liberty back last month, that must have been special.
It was huge. I mean, us beating Liberty this year, I honestly didn't foresee in our schedule, but that win against Liberty really showed how tough we are as a team and how we've grown so much. we were all talking. We went back and watched the film, and with a minute remaining, we were down by like 6. And no one on the court realized. I mean, we were just out there playing the game and, with the ebb and the flow. And it was, a remarkable win.
Speaking of remarkable wins, we're going to go back to November, the first game of the year, and the shot.
The shot.
One of the next day was on ESPN Play of the Day, so you made ESPN.
Yeah.
You hit a half-court shot to knock off Furman, and just take us through those last couple of seconds and everything. What people forget is that it was a pretty good defensive stop. Furman had a chance to win the game, and everything, and then you got the ball and let it fly, and just. What was those seconds like?
All right, well, let me take you through the play-by-play.
All right.
So, there was 9 seconds, if I do recall, and our defensive scheme was we're going to switch everything, and we knew that their ball was going to go into the hands of their best player. I think her name's Holly Wilkins. So we switched everything. I mean, great defensive effort, big team stop. So. Shot goes up, we get the rebound, Brittany tips it to me, and I look up at the clock, take 1 or 2 dribbles, and just let it fly, and it went in.
What was it like seeing on ESPN the next day?
Amazing. I mean, I never would have dreamed I would have been on ESPN. But for our program, for that to be the first win of the year, I feel like that was really propelled us to do so well. Because, if we would have lost that game, or if it would have went in overtime and who knows what would have happened, I think that was like the big momentum and confidence we needed going into the year. So, couldn't ask for a better start.
How good can this team be this year?
Oh, I mean, sky's the limit. We continue to talk about, everyone says that we're young and we're, inconsistent, and when we have to constantly prove that day in and day out, it makes it tough. But I think that I know Asheville is on the map this year.
All right, Paige, thanks so much for stopping on by,
Yeah.
and good luck today at Winthrop.
Thank you.
All right, that's Paige Love, back with more UNC Asheville Bulldog Update right after this timeout.
On Saturday, February 15th, Asheville will experience the power of women coming together to make a difference. The UNC Asheville Athletic Department will host the Pink Game, a women's expo and fashion show fundraising event to benefit women in our community who are suffering from breast cancer, and also to help raise funds for female student-athlete scholarships. Come and enjoy a 2-hour shopping spree, receive free gifts and discount coupons from Asheville's leading retailers, sponsored by Belk and Sophie Magazine. Then watch the UNC Asheville women's basketball team take on Longwood University. After the game, enjoy the wine and cheese social with your friends. And then experience a runway fashion show featuring Asheville celebrities. The day will end with an auction of a 1-year lease of a Volkswagen Jetta provided by Harmony Motors, the bidding starting at $1. Admission is $25 for all activities. Tickets available by calling 828-258-7900 or order online at uncabulldogs.com.
Thank you for watching UNC Asheville Bulldog Update this week. Here's what's happening this week in Bulldog Athletics.